And just think about it. If you were running one of these plans, you would do everything you can to root out every flaw in the administration of health, because you would want all of your people to stay healthy. If we do these things, we can bring our costs down to our competitors, increase health and lifespan, help people at every stage of life to have a better quality of life. Let me tell you something, folks, that was when I was president. We eliminated the sales of the most frequently used assault weapons. You were horrified, maybe 100% of you, by the story of what happened in Flint, Michigan. But look, the people who live there are far from the only people in America who have children with elevated lead levels in their blood. Everywhere in the country, there are these old, rusty lead pipes. If we got rid of all of them, it would put an enormous number of people to work and give all of our children a healthy future. It's time to do that. And they shouldn't be terrified into thinking their lives are about to end. We need them. Keep in mind, one of our assets is we have the youngest workforce of any large country in the world except for China. And if they hadn't changed their one-child policy, we would have been younger than them in 20 years. Having lost it, I can tell you, youth matters. It matters in the economic prospects of a country. It matters. So we shouldn't have immigration reform that lets undocumented people jump to the head of the line and get to be citizens for people that waited their turn. Nobody's for that. Nobody. But we need to recognize that, for example, if you're going to go hunting, you don't want to shoot at the wrong target. Now, when I was president and we all grew together, we had record numbers of small businesses being started by people without regard to race or gender. And we did it by dramatically increasing the number of Small Business Administration loans to people of all races. We also did it by making sure banks loaned a certain amount of the money they had in the bank to the people who lived in the communities where the banks were. That was a law, but it had never been enforced. Now, wait. Do you have the courage to listen to my answer? Don't pour it out. If you'll shut up and listen to my answer, I'll answer you.
I've done it with my brothers. They gave their life. Unselfish heroes. And your wife lied about Benghazi. And that's disgraceful to America. It's disgusting.
And you won't listen. So I will tell you.
Yeah, just don't follow him. Just let him go.
That's fine.
Yeah, you got another question?
Are you afraid to listen to my answer? Why are you afraid?
Then why won't you let him talk?
Leave him alone. Leave him alone. I wish you would. That was not true.
You're in trouble. I want to punch you in the face. You're not even listening to anything he's saying. Why aren't you listening?
Were CIA contractors who were former military. And number two, because no Secretary of State has ever made those specific security determinations. But she said, never mind, I'll take responsibility for implementing the changes, and they were working on all of them when she left office. Then the Republicans did what I thought they should have done in the Congress. They had a committee look into it. The House Intelligence Committee, chaired by a Republican from Michigan, who was a straight-up guy, were our ambassador to Libya and his aide. The ambassador to Libya was a personal friend of Hillary. You can imagine how she feels.
Excuse me.
Hillary can get away with murder, right?
I don't think that ain't some sort of thing right now.
Yeah, it is. It is a sort of thing. I'm learning. Thank you, Sergeant. Oh, she's lying. Sure. We're all covering up for it.
Thank you, man.
Thank you so much. Not on the, all right.
Good.
My name is the Marine Sergeant. I was an active duty Marine for 8 years, 5 years in an infantry unit, 3 years training recruits on Parris Island as a drill instructor. I trained recruits regardless of their religion, race, color, or creed. I trained them all for one reason, one purpose, and that's to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. Protect you. My platoon of 31 had 7 killed, 6 wounded beyond return. Their names are worn here on my wrist. These were the Marines and my one corpsman who I considered to be a Marine that were killed. This is my corpsman's watch that I wear today that his mother gave me. They were my brothers. I've seen and felt the hurt that the Gold Star parents feel, and it's painful. It's something that that's the only thing you do is wish that on your worst enemy, and that's the worst enemy is only someone who kills you or your family. Benghazi was a direct result of failed performance of Hillary Clinton. Her title and position were supposed to ensure their safety, and in this particular incident, she failed to perform. Not only that, but she lied about it and she tried to cover it up. That's disgusting. It's disgraceful. It's a violation of the law. Therefore, she needs to face the court of law and be sentenced.
You wanted your voice to be heard today, though.
Correct. Yeah, I was. And hey, I'm a #1 fan of the law enforcement. It's unfortunate, and the crowd doesn't want to believe the truth, and they don't care, obviously, about the fallen the fallen Americans over there. They don't care. It's a expected response. Absolutely expected response. It's thank you for your interest.